Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Flea and I are back as we continue our look into horror anime with Zone 100, Bucket List of the Dead. A worker in a foreign finance company is bullied and worked around the clock before a zombie outbreak finally makes him feel alive. Here we are again.
Welcome back, everyone, to part two.
I thought the other storyline was going to go longer than what I thought. The sort of paceness surprised me a bit, but still worked.
Yes, I've got to be honest. I don't like the second half of the season as much as the first one.
No, I think the first definitely set it up, had the whole feel good vibe to it with the mix of horror, and then it just got really serious and
Yeah, and then
emotional.
it gets serious while the truck stops. Then it picks up a bit for a couple of episodes after that. But then when you get into kind of like the wind down to the finale, it just it becomes regular. If that makes sense.
Mm.
It's like a lot of the comedy element that helps carry it disappears towards the end.
Yeah, it got strange. But anyway, before we talk about any of this, we have some horror news or some anime news.
Ho ho.
Yep, we are getting a new Godzilla anime series from Toho Studio. So Toho Animation revealed on Saturday a new Godzilla anime series is in production. The company also revealed a piece of concept art for the work. I'm getting Attack on Titan kind of vibes from the synopsis of this. Tell me,
The
tell me if you
artwork is
agree.
the artwork making me think of a few things.
So Toho Animation stated the anime will have a unique protagonist compared to all the works in the franchise's 70-year history. The protagonist will be a boy who possesses the power of Godzilla. The Godzilla franchise's official X Twitter account teases, is that boy human or Godzilla? Have we seen this before in like every anime ever? It's the boy with special power who transforms into things. Oh, the news is so shocking. Flea has died.
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay, cool. It's a well-used trope, this, isn't it?
It is. It's a very well.
The transforming special boy who's at conflict with his abilities.
It's a story as old as time.
So Orange, the studio behind Godzilla Singular Point, don't remember that one, and the Thai animation studio Igloo Studio are co-producing the anime. The studios will reveal the title and other information at a later date. The anime was first revealed at a stage event at Anime Festival Asia Singapore 2025 on Saturday. So there you go. Godzilla Singular Point. I don't remember that one. I know we've got a couple of Godzilla. We've another two in that series to watch if they pop up in the wheel. I don't remember Singular Point. Oh, you've lost your signal. No, your thing's making noises, but nothing's coming out. Ah, God. Have I broke Flea? The news is too much for him. Flea, you're talking, but nothing's happening. I'm seeing the little icon thing showing that you're speaking, but there's no sound. Sorry about this, folks. Computers are not our friends this month. You might have to come out and back in again. Yeah, God, that's technology, eh? Always our best friend while it works until it doesn't. Yeah, it's just leaves us in the lurch. But yeah, I don't know. I've also got the flipping cartoon in my head. Do you remember the 80s cartoon where they could call Godzilla in a beeper and had Godzuki and they went around the ship and they did stuff? Um, I don't know, man. It's just this actual boy thing that transforms, has an ability that nobody else does and doesn't know how it works. God, that has been done ad nauseum. Like I said, Attack on Titan, it's done a bit in Hellsing, it done God loads. Like what is that other one? Dragon Ball Z, done a bit in Demon Slayer, you know what I mean? It's all that sort of Destiny thing goes on. And it's a bit overused, so I don't know why they're deciding now to do it with Godzilla, of all things. The whole point of Godzilla is it's like when they brought the city speakers and the Transformers, got a bit straight. Oh, yep, we've got sound.
Hello, hello.
There
Can
we
you
go.
hear me?
We are back.
We'll call that a blip. We'll call that a blip on my end.
That's all good. No, but what I was saying is it looks like they're trying to humanize Godzilla again, having somebody from the talk through, which kind of defeats the purpose of Godzilla being a force of nature.
I don't quite get it. It's I don't know. Maybe they're trying something new. I mean,
Do you remember the 80s cartoon series where they could call Godzilla on a beeper?
yes, I
Yeah.
do.
That's what I'm worried.
Or use Godzilla's baby.
Yeah, Godzuki. Godzuki reminded me of it was like a knockoff of Scrappy Doo.
I'm going to say, Godzuki is the Godzilla universe's equivalent of Scrappy Doo.
Yeah,
The
God.
question to this day, the question remains, why?
Because they could, and it was Saturday mornings, kids' TV. It wasn't even Saturday morning; it was during the week. It was like after school cartoon, if I remember rightly. Yeah. Right, I hope we're not going down that road of like real kid animation type stuff because that's we don't need that.
I don't think it will be. I think it'll be quite a gritty story. It's just like nobody knows at the moment where the story is coming from because it's kind of like a kid with the powers of Godzilla.
Yeah. Oh well, I guess I'll say I hope it's good. I'm sure we'll add it to the list. I'm pretty sure and have a look at it.
I say we will find in the long run. We will find out, and we'll let people know exactly what we think.
Yep, and I'm also going to look up Godzilla Singular Point because I do not remember that one.
No, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen that one.
No, I don't remember it. I don't even remember watching it off the cuff. And I usually like a wee bit of Godzilla now and again. But there you go. That is that. We will update everybody as we find out more.
For good or bad.
Yep. But anyway, back to what we're here for.
Zone 100.
Yep. Truck stop off the dead. I thought this was going to go on for like two episodes or something, or 3 episodes, like really drag it out, but it actually wrapped up very quickly.
One episode was far too long. It's like we'd escaped the misery of Akira working at the office. Why did we have to go back to it?
Was it a facing his demons sort of thing?
If it was, he didn't do very well at the start.
No, he like completely fell in the line and went for it, and maybe that was it. But we also got a bit more insight into Shizuka and her father, who is rather well. He's a banker, you know what I mean. He's the finance
In more ways than one.
Yep. And anyone, it's very rare to find somebody decent that works in finance. Like, I don't know why, but most of them are dicks. It just seems to attract that sort of person.
I suppose you've got to have that kind. I'd be no good. You've got to have that kind of ruthlessness. I'd be way too soft. It'd be like, give me all your money. Oh, go on then.
Yeah.
For the puppies. Oh, all right. Yeah, it'd be no good.
Nah, but when I find out why Shizuka is the way she is, because basically she's been programmed from birth, to be some sort of automaton, an extension of her father.
Yeah, yep. She didn't have a good early life, did she?
No, and even up to, obviously, I'm guessing her father died before the zombie outbreak. But also explains her penthouse and everything else then, because she comes from money.
Yeah, she comes from a big family with big books. It's very weird that she became a survivalist, though. Because if she had everything on a platter.
But she was also forced, to analyze everything and, be better than everybody and be this sort of almost borderline Aryan, Aryan ideology from her father. Yeah. I think we all knew the whole thing with the puppy, how that was going to go.
Oh, God, yeah. That couldn't have been foreshadowed any harder than they tried.
Nope. But that's all the make her cold and distant from people and, doesn't have, she wasn't nurtured, doesn't have balanced emotions or anything. So sort of explains her character. I almost felt like this episode was more about her than Akira.
I think it was because he just kind of like drops into what he was doing before the zombie outbreak started, and he just falls in line and keeps going. But it's because we already know this. We already know that Shizuka has a bit of a dark past, and there's some shadows in her past, but we don't know what they are. But this one really brings them to the front, and you finally get like an insight into how she works.
Yeah, and totally understandable if that's your upbringing and the fact that she's able to have emotions at all. What's the credit there?
What an insight, though.
But basically, this is it's just The Office all over again, except people are being used as slave labor, and it's not really serving any purpose.
No, it's kind of weird, but it's like he's using like harnessed zombies. We mentioned this last week to pull a lorry, and he's basically using the zombies as like the zombies to move things around, and then he's using the people like the zombies.
Yep. My point is, there's no real need to actually do it, so it's not about the work. And I think that becomes a part in this episode. It's something else. It's basically Gonzo, the chief. He as a bully. He just likes to dominate people. It's just his only form of self-worth.
Yep, it's all about control. And that's what it is. He's the boss, but he wants to be the boss in control.
Yeah, it's not about the actual. That's it. It's not about the actual work. It's not about creating anything. It's just to vibrate people and dominate them, and it's a bit of a sad existence.
He's just an incredibly pathetic man, and you just know he's going to fall flat on his face, and you just kind of like sitting there through the entire episode waiting for it to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's the whole point of watching things, I guess, is at least you get to see the person fall. Where in real life, if it happens, you don't normally see it, or it doesn't happen, or not the satisfactory level. They obviously do pull themselves up. It's very rare you actually get to see universal justice be laid down in real life. So that's for sure. Handy.
I love the way that they don't even they don't even bother to hide exactly how his downfall is going to happen. They show it to you. It's kind of like it's kind of like the waiter walks up to the table with the plate and goes like, and this is how the man's going to get his comeuppance. And it's like, oh, we'll take 2 portions, please.
Yep. But I don't think it's. I think he's just a plot device in this. I
Mm,
almost think this is like at its heart, this episode Shizuka's story and her coming out of her, you know, coming out of her shell because she's watching Akira and she sees herself in him.
mm. Yes.
She sees what Gonzo's done to Akira, the same thing that her father did to her. And it's almost her journey, by reaching him and snapping him out of it. That is her redemption arc more than anything. It's almost like a story working at two levels. You've got the surface story, which looks really basic, but it's not actually Akira's story. It's Shizuka's.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree. I'd agree with that because it is because up until now, she's kind of been on. She's part of the team, but she's kind of been on the outside of the team, looking in.
Yep.
And now she's finally beginning to like see herself as part of the team. Akira is part of the team. Konzo's part of the team. She's finally preparing to do something about it.
Yep. The turning point is when she actually takes the list and makes her own entry.
But is it her entry or has she put it in there for Akira?
The fact that she does it though is a turning point. When she's scoffed at the list,
Mm,
but seeing the way Akira is and seeing him being absolutely broken spurs her to actually take action. She realizes that she can't reach him. She can't save him the way she is. She has to basically deal with her own demons first. It's that whole thing, like first aid and stuff. You can't help
yeah,
somebody unless you help yourself first. You can't help anybody else. If you're not in a stable, have a stable foundation, you're no use to anybody. Be it financially, therapy, emotional support. If you don't have yourself sorted, you're no use
yeah,
to anybody else because you're not helping them with a solid foundation. Uh, you're coming from an aspect of flakiness yourself, so it's gonna backfire. And I think that's what Shizuka has to realize. She has to battle her own demons before she can help Akira battle his. And it's handy that Kensho's basically because of his injuries, he's out of it, so he can't reach him. You know what I mean?
yeah. Because
He
he's
can't.
going to say he spends most of this episode on his back sleeping.
Which, in fairness, coming off with a bike when you're only wearing a shirt at high speed, I think he got off lightly.
He did he did come off he did quite well really. Obviously he must have landed on his head. That character. But yeah, he hmm,
No, but I think he had to. I think it was actually cleverly written because he had to take a back seat because this is Shizuka's journey basically to become part of the team in reality, not just out of convenience, and battle her own demons and then pull Akira back from the brink.
hmm,
But we'll also get the foreshadowing as well because obviously two guys have went out there. They're obviously going to some warehouse or something, and that's where they're making the trips from. Which I don't understand why they just didn't set up at the warehouse. Would the camp not have made more sense there? The
it
buildings.
I have no idea. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Unless the warehouse, because they mentioned like how you never see the boss coming out and doing anything as dangerous as the pickups. So
Mhm.
maybe it's like maybe there are less zombies at the truck stop where they've set up.
Or maybe it's just different. Yeah, maybe it's different warehouse or something. But basically, yeah, that's two guys going to do a pickup for supplies. It's funny that they only bring two of them, but they need everybody to unload. Which makes me think a lot of this is busy work, not actual essential work, because he just wants to work people to the bone, because that's what he gets off on.
Yeah, that's it. He just wants to. He just wants to order people around.
Yeah, because it only takes two people to go to actually pick up the stuff, but it takes everybody to unload.
Yeah, but it takes at least a dozen and a truck being pulled by zombies to unload everything.
Yeah, very, very strange. And I don't think that's a mistake by the writers.
No, me neither.
But of course, they're told, oh, watch out for zombies. And of course, one gets into the truck. Because,
I love the way he's kind of like he's talking to the guy who's like sitting in the cabin. It's like, did you close the doors? We don't want any zombies getting in the truck. Oh God, yeah, close the doors. I think everything's okay. I didn't see anyone just as the door's closing. See the zombie hiding behind all the boxes. Just see him turn around and look at the camera.
it's like, wahahaha, you know what's coming next. The fact that you're going to take off and not close the doors as well, it's like, first day on the job, son.
It's like, oh, we know what's going to happen. We're ready for it. This is it. This is you just sit there rubbing your hand. As soon as he says, "Have you shut the doors? We don't want any zombies coming in." You know exactly
Yep.
what's happened, and then they just kind of like basically just serve it to you. It's like, yes, this is going to be good.
Yep. But once again, I don't think it's laziness. You know, I think it's deliberate that they're not going to labor in this. You know what I mean? Because I thought
Yeah,
this was going to be 3 episodes.
yeah. They,
I
they
thought
want.
this was going to be the bulk of the series.
Yeah, they want. They want. Oh God, I am so glad it wasn't though. They
No.
want. They want the viewer to know exactly what is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how they handle it in the manga because I've never read it.
No, or I'll be interested when we go to the live action, which
I
we'll have
can't
to
wait to
organize.
find out. I think it's going to be so much fun.
Well, it's gonna be a watch party. We're going to have to do a watch party.
Oh,
Organize that. Oh, absolutely. That's the live action is going to have to be watch parties.
that is
I have
that
to
is
agree.
that is going to be. It is going to be insane.
I have spoken words.
Yes.
Yeah, but let's get. So CS is coming back. We're getting set up. So of course we'll have to get Akira back, and this is where Shizuka has to come out of her shell. She has to show vulnerability. She has to actually drop her guard, or else she's not going to get through.
Mm.
And that's what I'm saying. It's more her story than his, because if she can't get past her own demons, she can't help him.
The scene where the woman offers the boss a drink, and he smashes it out of the hand. I don't want drinks served to me by old women. You over there, come here and pour me a drink. Made my skin crawl. It's like, oh.
Yeah, but don't forget who taught him, who his mentor was in the office.
This is true. This is true.
So he's went through the training program of being a corporate lech.
What a nice. What a great. What one of them's dead. Now we just need the other one.
Yeah. But yeah, this is all going on, and then Shizuka finally, like I said, she brings his list. She actually manages to talk to him, talk about it. I love the bit that are throwing it on the ground, or him grabbing it out of her hand, throwing it on the ground. He's about to stamp on it. Just the way that Akira goes into the bow to protect it, but
Yeah, he
still
just
being respectful.
throws himself on his hands and knees. And he's like, I love the way he basically tells his boss where he can like stick his job and his offers and everything like that. But yet still manages to do it with the utmost of dignity while being very polite. But I like the fact that the thing that Suzuka added to the boss was basically something along the lines of like, tell my turd of a boss where he can get off.
The fact as well that Gonzo, he offered Akira a permanent position. You could do this forever.
Yeah, permanent. You could be my slave for as long as you live, until I beat you to death.
And Akira was about to go, yes,
Mm.
that shows, but that shows power. If somebody can get into your head like that, it's very, very dangerous. It just goes to show that half the battles, they aren't physical. Most battles are mental, even before even a punch or a suggestion of a punch is thrown.
Mm. It's just force of will over Akira, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Pure and simple. It's just he's an overbearing slob who likes to throw his weight about.
And he got Akira just at the right moment. That's why a lot of corporations won't hire older people.
Mm.
If you're over 30, for example, and you're trying to join a corporation at an entry level position, say you wanted to change a career or something, it's not going to happen because they can't bully you then.
Yeah.
They can't mold you because you've already got life experience and you've got ideas and you've done things. So you're no use to them.
Yeah, I know this. I've been there. To do a job that I did for 14 years, I now need a piece of paper that says I can do that job, which is ridiculous. I get very grumpy about this.
No, that's the way that's been the thing since the 90s. You need a piece of paper for everything to say. Sure, they're trying to do it. They're trying to do it in independent writing. There's certain groups, and they're obviously trying to sell courses, not, but they're trying to say, for example, unless you've got this bit of paper to say you've been to this creative writing course, you can't be a writer. And I think it hasn't really caught on with podcasting, but there have been attempts to do the same thing. You can't do this unless I give you permission. And these people spring up. It starts off as help, first of all. Here, hone your own skills, do this for free, but then it becomes you have to have this or you can't do it, or you won't be validated, or blah 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 blah. It's an absolute racket.
Doesn't this episode of this anime remind you of that?
Yeah, that's it.
You'll be better off with here. You'll be better off with me screaming at you, telling you what to do. You're far better off without having a mind or opinion of your own. Just do as I tell you, and everything will be fine.
Just capitulate. That's why I don't do well at work, because I don't. That's not my personality. I'm anti that.
I can't capitulate. I'm not French.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, I've still too much. I remember, God, before I left the army, my last, what do you call it? Confidential report.
Yeah.
CR. You get them every year. And I remember my boss complaining that there was still too much fight in me. And I just looked and went, I think he saw it in my face. I just looked at him like he was something that scraped off my shoe. And it's like, with all due respect, sir, you are complaining about a soldier having fight in him. Well, what is this? That's what I'd signed off. You know what I mean? It was like I'd signed off and stuff, done my paperwork, and this is like the last sort of, you go through all these interviews and stuff. And that's the moment I knew I'd made the right decision. If that makes sense. because that's just the way it was going. You know, it's all about box ticking and learning words, not actually being a leader anymore. And it's a civil servant's mentality. And I just looked at this little weasel of a man with his soft hands, and that supposed to be an infantry officer.
With soft hands. Okay, I'll believe you. Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Like proper
Yeah.
moisturized, fucking soft. You know, just looking at him, going, "Fuck off." Yeah. Just at that moment, I realized I'd made the right choice. Now he was the opposite of Gonzo. He was the one that was like, "Yeah," you know, slimy, and we haven't met a character like him yet, but a Gonzo type person I could actually respect more because
Yeah.
I could give it back and I know the break. I've dealt with Gonzo types. This was a worm, and yeah, it's just that whole they don't want leaders anymore. They want conformists.
Mm.
They don't want people with grit. They want people who just bend over. And yeah, this series, I think it subtly tackles all of that.
I wonder. I wonder if the entire series, kind of like zombies and all, the entire thing, zombies and all. I wonder if like the guy who wrote it is trying to make some kind of statement.
Oh,
Because
without a doubt,
it certainly comes across as that kind of thing, doesn't it?
it's basically the rat race. You know, it's don't be a slave. You know, the zombies are just a plot point. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, they're just
The zombies are the workers. Akira is trying to break away from that, and Gonzo is trying to push him back into his mold.
yep. And Shizuka can only help him once she breaks her own. You know, she realizes she's exactly the same boat. She was put into a mold early on and had it for longer. And she's witnessing her future. If she doesn't break out of it and doesn't help Akira, this is it. Like you may as well not be alive. You know, I mean, there's so many layers to this simple little anime show of 23-minute episodes that
So, has he not learned anything about anime yet?
I'm just making the point. It's
Mm.
fascinating. It's brilliant. It's definitely next level storytelling.
It that's it's like I always say, they're not afraid to tell stories. They've never like mangaka and like animation studios. They've never been afraid to ruffle the feathers. Never.
I think that's where Japanese society,
Mm.
that's its pressure valve.
Mm.
That's where it gives itself permission to question everything.
There's nothing to do with horror, but there are anime out there which I wish we had the kind of things in this country and other countries in the world, because they are allowed to properly take the piss out of their government.
Yeah, that's you need that, but not done. It's all about context. And it's all about
Yeah.
you don't go up and just punch your boss in
Oh
the
yeah.
face.
It's not in your face kind
No,
of thing. It's not like a direct dig at anything, but it's like anybody who knows what's going on will know what is going on.
it's a pressure release valve.
Mm.
It's a mechanism to basically discuss something, get it out of your system, and maybe try and find a better way forward.
There are whatever you are into, there is an anime for it. There's even an anime about walking up hills.
So
Yeah,
I love the series I watched about the baths, uh, Japanese bath culture. All baths need the Rome. It's basically a Roman centurion. Basically, it's like Hot Tub Time Machine, but it's anime, and it's a Roman centurion who then gets transported to 21st century Japan and experiences their hot springs and stuff.
See what I mean? Right. If there is anything out there that you are into, there will be an anime out there which will help you blow off steam by like catering to what you like. So you can just flop down after a really bad day being screamed at by your own personal gonzo and just watch something and let all that stress go, and or watch something that's going to make you scream and rant at the television. So you can blow off steam that way. That's why I say it's the best media out there, because there's just something for everyone.
Mhm. I like the fact that this, because that's one thing horror does. When horror's done right, it looks at things and it makes you think. And by showing you the worst case scenario, going to the extremes, that's how you sort of highlight and look at things.
Yeah.
When it's done right, it's not beating you over the head, telling you what to think. It's making you ponder things. And this is all about what's important. How do you want to live your life? And yeah, the fact Shizuka manages to get Akira back, flicks that switch just as all hell breaks loose in the camp, and the zombie comes out of the back, bites the first person, and then it just goes on.
I love the way that the guy who was with him panics, guns the truck, rams the truck that's being pulled by zombies, releasing all those zombies.
Yeah, just. But then again, it's another example of under Gonzo's leadership, because we see the flip. These people can't think. They just, all they know is panic and fear and, fight or flight syndrome over everything. So, of course, that's what's going to happen.
It's great. It's great.
Yep. But I love the way Akira gets a spark back. This is back to the zombies seem to energize him, if that makes sense.
It's like the moment the zombies are there, bang, Akira is back. He comes up with the most ludicrous plan, but you know whatever that plan is, it's gonna work. After what? They've been there 2 days. After 2 days of being told how useless he is and how he needs his boss to look after him, he's totally forgotten. He's forgotten how smart he is. He's forgotten the fact he can parkour over buildings. He's forgotten the fact that he's a great fighter who's willing to jump in front of a horde of zombies wearing a shark suit to try and protect people. He's forgotten who he is just because Gonzo is there to put him down again. And it's so nice. It's so nice to see him just kind of snap back into who he is.
Yeah, and just getting everybody on board.
See, that's it. The moment he opens his mouth, everyone listens to him. Because he tells people what to do. He doesn't scream at people what to do.
No, and that energy, you can just see the energy change. Even the way they animate this, the style changes at this point, and it goes from that drudgery. There's a grey sort of slow moving palette. It was really depressing.
Yes, it's like the first half of the first episode. If you go back, they use the when it's kind of him talking about his job and just slumping his way around Tokyo. The palette is really flat. It's really muted. There's no bright colors. When you're at Truck Stop of the Dead, when it's scenes involving him, they use the same palette. It only brightens up when it's Shizuka or one of the other characters.
And you just see that, but you see that flip, and it gets more vibrant, and just the way they do it, like parking the trucks, just
that is. It's wait, the food truck. Hang on a minute. What's he going to do with the food truck? Food truck screeches to a halt. He jumps out. 4 trucks perfectly parked. Are the zombies going to climb under the trucks? Of course they're not. There's no way any of these zombies are going to climb, get down and climb under these trucks, because it's not part of his plan.
Yep. And then
I love that.
Yep. But this is the bit where, even by saving Gonzo, it's actually the ultimate revenge. The easy thing to do would have been to let him suffer his fate.
Yeah.
But that's not who Akira is. Akira, like, I think that's another thing. He is actually a hero, and this is his hero's journey.
Yeah. So he saves his boss. Saves that his awful, abusive, shouting bully of a boss. And in saving his boss, absolutely annihilates any kind of respect or reputation his boss had. Because as soon as the fight's over, everybody's like, let's rebuild, we'll start again. Everybody's just like, you know what? Actually, I think I'll be on my way.
And that's it.
It's like we think we've worked off our debt to you. We're going to be going as well. And he's just left on his knees in the middle of an empty parking lot.
And then this is the bit where Shizuka she's on board now.
Yeah, this is the bit where it's like you that's it. You've got to acknowledge her as part of the team.
Yeah, well, she's basically fully joined it. You know, she's not hanging back anymore. She's committed. Which was a nice ending. You know, I'm glad it only took an episode.
I don't think they could have dragged the truck stuff out to more than one episode.
No.
It's just because it's just too painful to watch.
Yeah, and it would have dragged the whole tone of the show down.
Mm.
But then we get this just random fun episode, which is great. Sushi and Hot Springs of the Dead.
See, this is where we meet Beatrice. I told you you'd like Beatrice.
Yes.
Beatrice is great fun. She is a total weeb for Japanese culture. German, blonde, extremely well upholstered. Massive fan of sushi.
The fact that her mission is the fish delivery, the fact that's her mission because she's been in touch with like the best sushi chef in this region.
What's she called? The last surviving sushi chef in all of Japan, apparently. But the girl has got style. Lots of style.
Yeah, I love the way that at the beginning she just puts Akira puts on his shark suit.
Yes, he
when they get into the town.
Puts on his superhero suit,
and then gets completely outblown because
which is kind of cool until Beatrice comes out wearing a full suit samurai armor. And it's the look on everyone's face as she just decimates the horde of zombies. Ladies and gentlemen, Beatrice Amelhauser. AKA Best Girl. Best Girl.
They're now this goes like full when she arrives, this is like full anime, you know, the little exposition, she stops on the side and we see they're giving an explanation about things and the writing comes up and
she just talks faster and faster and faster and faster. Yep. She adds a bit like we've already got 3 really lively characters, and then they just add a 4th, and it's like the entire team just goes into overdrive.
But that's the thing about the show. It needs that sort of over the topness to balance out the bleakness of a zombie apocalypse.
Oh yeah,
And especially having such like those previous 2 episodes were dark. You know what I mean? They were
oh
depressing.
yeah. But that's, I think, if it wasn't for the humor, it's like if it was just they were like just like creeping through a city fighting zombies and the humor wasn't there, it would just be another zombie show, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
And it's like, apologies to people who are massive fans of zombies, but there are too many zombie shows.
it's
I
a it's a
I'm one
genre
of
that's
these.
been done to death.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's like if somebody wants to make a successful zombie show now, there has to be something that pulls it out of pulls it out of the mold. There has to be something different about it. There has to be something new, because let's face it, a zombie is like it's like what, 28 years later or whatever is it's coming out soon.
Oh, the Bone Temple.
Yeah,
I'm strangely not excited for
it's the third film of
that. Fourth.
the same series. It's how is it going to be different from the first two? It's still going to have
No,
like
it's the fourth. 28 years later is the one. It's a direct
it,
continuation of
it's
28 years later, which came out earlier
oh
this year. I
god,
reviewed it.
God, yeah, because it was 28 days, 28 weeks, 28 months. Now we're on years. The fourth
No,
one.
no, it's 28 years, 28, 28 days, 28 weeks. Then it's 28 years. That's the one that just came out. Now, this one's called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and it's
Oh
supposed to be a
god.
trilogy. So the
Oh
last
god.
one that came out is supposed to be, it's fucked up. The whole thing's
I
just,
I didn't actually know. I didn't actually know about that, and I am depressed. It's like they. I honestly think they try to milk franchises too hard these days.
yeah,
It's kind of like they just keep making films of the same franchise until it makes no money, and then they just like
yeah, just beat it to death.
yeah, they just throw it
I
onto
wasn't, I
throw it
reviewed
yeah.
28 Years Later recently. I know when it came out, I went and watched it and
Mm.
reviewed it. It wasn't horrible. And for the most part, it's a decent story. I don't know where they're going with this because it's going about Mad Max
Mm.
with
Oh.
the final scene, and I'm like, what are you trying to do here? So I don't know. I have reservations. I'm not like I was excited for 28 Years Later because they left enough time. It
Yeah.
seemed like a decent enough story. It was. Trailer was great, but the end of it, that was obvious they're setting up for like more movies. And this, I've no excitement for it. You know, it's done. But same as this, you know, if they had stayed to that
Mm.
truck stop of dead had been too much. This episode is
Yeah.
what we needed. Basically, they're trying to just go to a hot spring. You know, first of all, that's what their initial objective was, just to go to a hot spring. And then they meet Beatrix, so it becomes a sushi mission. Like, that's the sort of daftness of this series I love. You know what I mean?
It's like that's why Zom 100 for the most part is so glorious, because it's like if it's right, let's take something like Walking Dead. Yeah,
Hmm.
the eponymous zombie series that everybody knows about. You can pretty much second guess what's going to happen in the next episode without having watched it. Whereas this is so random and so off the cuff that even if you see like next time in Zom 100, what's it like Hot Spring of the Dead, you've got no idea what it's like. Okay, there's going to be a hot spring in it. There's no mention of like German samurai wannabes or fish deliverers.
No. And that's what makes it beautiful. You know what I mean? That's
Cock blocking zombies. There's none of that. There's none of that whatsoever. But it's just so damn random.
oh, that was a glorious scene.
That was absolutely fantastic. Where the boys the boys go in the bath, because as you know, baths are split into men's baths and women's baths. So they go in the bath and they're there talking, and then the door opens and it's Shizuka standing there in a robe, and she's like, "Oh, sorry, I'll go to the other bath." And then like Beatrice comes. "Oh no, it's terrible! There's no hot water to the women's bath. The pump's broken." And it's wait. That means the only hot water here is in the men's bath. And they turn around to Akira and Kancho, and they're both just like standing there trying to look as suave and sophisticated as possible. And then just as the girl's like, "Oh, okay, there's no point for it. I can't cope with being like this sticky and smelling like this for much longer. We'll share the bath." All these zombies pop out the water.
Yep, and you're just like, "You bastards!"
It's literally like, no, just when they'd agreed to go into the bath with us, where did all these zombies come from? Psych, mofo! Shouts the zombies.
Yeah, they actually waited for the minute. They were waiting for it.
They did. You can imagine the zombies under the water, like, not yet, not yet. Wait a minute.
Hold.
Surprise! Nothing for you today. Your boobies, not on our watch. It's a bit weird being Beatrice is there, because it's like, I'm worried I'm going to burst out of this, even though I am wearing the biggest man's robe I could find. And the guys are just there going like, thank you God. Because because it's not unwritten. It is one of the written laws of anime that every anime has either got to have a hot springs episode, a beach episode, or both. Preferably both.
I think it's over, but no, they basically climb to the. They get out of there. They can't go any further in their cars, so they'll have to start climbing.
Yes. They run away. They leave the car behind them. They climb into the mountains and they decide they're going to spend the night there. Akira wakes up in the middle of the night thirsty and wanders off in the forest, probably either looking for a stream or a vending machine, which turn up in the weirdest spots. And he discovers a natural open air hot spring, and decides that as he didn't get long to soak in the baths, he's going to use this one. And he's there on his back, floating along, and he totally bumps into Shizuka's ass in a clean way. And then they sit there they sit there like their backs to the opposite sides of this rock, and they have a really, really nice kind of heart-to-heart scene.
Yeah, I think that's the bit where they both realize that there's something there between them.
Yeah, there's a bit where Shizuka says that like because they were talking about love earlier, and Shizuka just kind of like blew him off and said like get everything you need to get done in life first. If you decide you want a partner after that, go ahead. But she's not interested. She's saying like she's not had much experience of like love, but if she did ever find someone to love, she'd like someone like him.
Or someone she could be open with.
She's realised what she said. She goes bright red, and you wonder if their relationship is going to go a little bit further when.
Yeah, we got Kancho and
it's like
turn up. It's just so funny.
This time it's not zombies.
And I love the way they just go straight to the, "Oh, sorry, didn't realize you two were shagging, but we want to use them."
When did you two become an item? Never mind. Hot water. Strip off their robes, jump in. For some reason, Beatrice is on Akira's side and Kancho is on Shizuka's side. There's probably reasons for that. We just don't know what.
No, and Kancho's already basically made us play towards Beatrix because he just can't help himself.
Oh God! No! It must be his secret life. It's his secret life as a host. That's what it is.
Yep, just goes straight in that. "You're a girl. I'm going to chat you up." Fun times. There's another good episode as well, Treehouse of the Dead. This is where basically they're trying to get back to Akira's village.
Hmm. It is it's another of those episodes that comes out of nowhere.
But these are the episodes where I enjoy the series.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just lighthearted fun. Backdrop against the horrible zombie apocalypse where people are getting eaten alive. But hey ho, it's I don't know. There's something freeing about these ones.
Hmm. It's not in a bad way, but it's kind of a childish episode, isn't it? Because I mean, what kid wherever they live doesn't want a treehouse?
No, I remember trying to build one when I was like 11.
I spent most of my late single digits, early teens falling out of trees.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a miracle I never broke anything. I spent most of the time landing on my face. But yeah, I've got three brothers and two sisters, and there's literally a wood next door. We just used to pile down there with like bits of broken pallets and stuff that we'd borrowed off the local farmer. He knew where they were if he wanted them back. And we just built tree houses. And it's like you build a tree house and then you come back the next day and some other of the local kids have like pulled it all down. Well, you just build it back up again.
yeah. I was
Tree,
out in,
tree houses are the greatest things ever.
our local park had these massive bushes, and you could
Yeah.
basically get inside them. It was almost like they're almost like wigwams inside. They're actually that big. Once you got through a spot, you can sit inside.
Yeah, nobody can see what you're doing. What?
Yeah, it was like a thing of there's always porn hacks buried. That was funny, wrapped in plastic in the place, and you always brought one and left it. You know, next person.
Hang on a minute. How long were you living around here? So, yes, there's a big holly bush at the bottom of the wood near where we are, and you used to have like it was like growing just proud of the hedge. It was going like in front of the hedge, and around the back of it there was totally a hollow bit where you could go in. It got grubbed up a few years ago because the local like drug junkies took it over, and they were shooting up in there, so they decided to grub it up, which is a shame because I spent many a rainy afternoon when I was out of the house as a kid in there because the damn thing was pretty much totally waterproof.
Yeah, that's the thing. Fucking arseholes.
With your mates,
Yeah.
a gas camping stove, a frying pan, half a loaf of bread, and some bacon that you brought from the local shop. And this is bacon cut with a meat slicer, not the pre-packed stuff. Proper childhood I had.
Yeah, we used to go down coastal walks and stuff, and like you just do that in the beach or come back off the beach into the copse of trees and do that sort of stuff. You know.
Yeah, I wonder if that is kind of like a nod to that kind of thing because I don't think many people out there, kind of like many people of like today's generation. I don't think many of them have like had that kind of childhood because it's like I remember, it's like all of a sudden it was from kind of like kids roaming miles away from home to like, no, you can't leave home. It's dangerous to leave home. You've got to stay home, or you've got to be somewhere where adults can see you.
Yeah, and that's why they go around shopping centres and cause trouble, and they always want attention because they don't know how to amuse themselves, and it's just crap. Or they're terminally online, you know. Like kids today are genuinely not happy. You can see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think like talking about this treehouse. That's Treehouse of the Dead. The message Treehouse of the Dead gives to me is like, get the fuck out there and build a treehouse.
Yeah, go back to basics. Get out there in the outdoors and just switch off.
Strip down, it's like strip your clothes off and run through the fields naked. You'll get arrested, but if Kancho can do it, anyone can do it.
But he's got special naked powers.
He has indeed. There's nothing that man cannot do. It's like taunt sharks, outrun zombies, swimming things that no one else would swim in. It's swimming, amazing naked powers.
But this episode,
Slightly disturbing later on when we discover one of his naked superpowers. But
yep. That was the thing. We started off anyway with this episode that a flashback to when Akira's basically getting ready to go to college or wanting to apply. And this is where we maybe see that him and his father have a complicated, strange relationship.
I've got to be honest. I love the relationship he has with his parents. Because I've got to be honest. Yeah, I'm kind of like, it's kind of like, yeah, that feels familiar. But it's a brilliant, it's a great flashback, and it totally sets right.
It's priming us for the next couple of episodes.
Yeah, I don't say it's not so much a primer for this episode, even though they do get to like Akira's hometown, home village, at the end of this episode. But for the next episodes after that, it's such a good primer.
Yep. But meanwhile, they're in the woods. We start to realize that there's zombie boars. Like, it's not just the humans, but animals are being turned as well. Well, we've seen that with the dogs, but wild animals roaming about.
Which is like, if it was just zombie humans, okay, but you got a bit of zombie animals, a bit more serious.
Yep. Especially when you start hearing there's zombie bears and stuff, it's like, uh-oh.
Lions and tigers are zombie bears. Oh my!
But here's where we meet Masaru.
He's can I be honest? He's such a great character, and I was sad. I am actually sad there isn't more of him in this.
Yeah.
His story is fantastic.
It works out though. I think it was just enough in this. I think this should have been 2 episodes or something. It's like they've crammed 2 episodes into one and sort of rushed through it.
I wonder how much I'm gonna have to try and find it and check out. I wonder how much time this actually took in the manga this is based on.
Because we meet Masaru, he helps him with the boar, and then this is where he reveals that he's building a treehouse, and that's it. Akira is completely
sparkly eyes. Not just one star in his sparkly eyes. 3 stars in his sparkly eyes. He is totally on board to get this treehouse built.
I love the way Masuru's talking him through it and all this stuff, same, how he thinks and so forth.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, the bonsai trees where people sort of trim them and, make them into shapes, and it's basically go with the shape and everyone's different and just go with your mind's eye.
Yeah, like don't build your house so it looks like a house. Build your tree house so it fits to the tree. It's kind of like Zen and the art of treehouse building. It's absolutely brilliant. It's like the tree will show you how to build it. Don't cut bits off. Work them into your build.
Which makes sense.
What a great character! It's like it's a great character with like a secret, because he's talking about how he always wanted to build a tree house like this with his son when his son was older.
Yep.
And then he tells the story of you find out his son is dead, and he tells the story of why his son is dead, and it's horror in itself.
Yeah, that's what this show does so well, though. It takes the dark parts and it reminds you. It's not ambivalent. It's not like, oh, it's a zombie apocalypse. It keeps reminding you every so often that this thing is not fun. It's not good. It ruins lives.
It's a zombie apocalypse, but the zombie apocalypse itself isn't the main story. It's
No,
all about
it's the
it's all
humour
about
story.
people's lives, how they've been ruined, and how they're trying to carry on.
And that's the important thing, well, isn't it? Carrying on. Life is shit. Life will throw things at you, and you can't do anything about it. But the important thing is not to give up because it just becomes a lesson. And then at some stage, you'll be in a position where someone else is floundering and you can pass your experience on of, well, this happened to me. I'm still here. Wasn't great, but this is how I got through the other side. Maybe I'm a bit too hippy dippy,
Not at all.
but I just think, why some people, everyone's like really like today. I know this is still quite a recent show,
Mm.
but this culture in the West of everything has to be dour and depressing, and characters can't get along, or nobody can impart wisdom on somebody else. Everything has to be self-sufficient, no community, blah blah blah. Like that's why movies are down and TV's down and no one's really interested because
Yeah,
there's nothing uplifting. It's just the world's shit and that's it. That's that's it. You can't rise above it, or you can't carve your own niche out, or more, or heaven forbid, you actually help someone else without it being an ulterior motive, or converting somebody or something weird like that. It's everything's twisted. This show reminds me of just simple, the simple do as unto others as you would have them do unto you, sort of thing, or
yeah,
or the whole even the karma thing. Just if you go and at least lift one person up, you never know when it's going to be your turn and you need it.
yeah. It's like there is a message. I think more people should watch this. There's a message in this, and it's a good. It's like the message in this is like, look, things are terrible, things are going to pot, everything is bad. Do you know what? That's okay
Because that
because
is
because you can actually do something about it. You don't have to just sit there and let the wave wash over you. There are people out there. You can do something about it. There's people out there who can help you do something about it.
and if you get a chance, you can help someone else,
Yeah,
and it all works out. We all move forward.
yeah. Because it's like truck stop of the dead, right? Truck stop of the dead. One of the messages that comes through from truck stop of the dead is, "Hey, Akira, you're not alone, mate."
Things are different. You've
Yeah,
built relationships,
yeah. You're not alone. There are people out there who are going to help you with this. All you've got to do is see them.
and even Shizuku learns it doesn't have to be this way.
Mm.
You can change. It doesn't matter what's been done in the past. You can make that. You can make that life choice. You can change your path. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be like miraculous overnight. But if you're going down the wrong path and you see that, you can change. But it's up to you to recognize it first of all, and then take the action. Yeah, there's a lot in this.
Who'd have thought something that is basically a cartoon and have so many deep messages in it?
But once again, it's down to the writing. That's why storytellers in humanity, storytellers reign.
Mm.
Storytellers are the ones that can make or break a society.
Considering some of the storytellers we seem to have at the moment, can we change that?
Yeah, but look at the effect that those storytellers have.
Mm.
People are more miserable, unhappy, and it's actually went further than that. Nobody's productive, nobody's motivated, nobody's building. The only reason people come together is to attack someone else. Like feral gangs, you see the whole online culture. that all comes from our storytellers. And once again, it's you got to get the right storytellers, and you have the wrong ones. It's well, we get what we have in Western society today, which is just it's not good. And that's where I believe you can change things, because it's all about sparking the imagination. If it wasn't for storytelling, I wouldn't have tried half the things I did in life. If it wasn't for having that spark of imagination or something that uplifted me, saying it's possible, and think,
Yeah.
and you look at the, like I said, the just genuine depressiveness out there. You can feel it; it's palpable. And people who are literal zombies themselves, I see it on a daily basis. People just their spark is not there; it's gone. Sorry, we're in a very philosophical mood tonight, because that's what this series that's the underlying effect of the series, I think.
Comedy horror does this to people, especially comedy horror with a very, very, very kind of like people-centric storyline.
Because that's what this is basically about. It's about relationships and how people treat each other, and how people can either A, lift each other up, or B, put each other down, and the effects of both. And Akira is a perfect example of when his spark got extinguished. He was no better than the Roman hordes.
Yeah, that's just it. It's like, in a way, it's like Gonzo didn't need people working for him. He just needed more zombies. That's all he wanted. He just wanted people who would mindlessly do what he said. And as soon as Akira showed those people that they had another option, they all left him. They all walked away. God, I love that.
Yeah. And then we see Masura here, who's complete opposite. He's a builder. In a literal sense, as his philosophy is to create, to build, to make something, to manifest things. And that's a powerful motivation. And he leads, Akira instantly falls into line and wants to help him. By inspiration, not by browbeating. So you see the two different types of leadership. And Masura isn't even trying to lead. He just happened upon him because he heard the noise.
Yeah, yeah. See, it's what if it hadn't been for the undead boar at the beginning, they would never have these people would never have met.
No.
So in a way, it's just fate that's drawn them together, and the story that they weave together is absolutely fantastic.
Busy creating a tree mansion, you know what I mean? That's
it's.
your thing was a swimming pool.
I'd been very proud of that treehouse. And then they continue the journey to Akira's village.
Yep, and they're showing basically Akira's part mountain goat, hence his athleticism.
I do wonder whether or not it's like a ninja village, because they were supposed to be hidden in the mountains.
You had to pass the trials to actually get there.
It's like, oh yeah, it's like we're walking along on this like 6-inch wide path next to this sheer drop that goes into what we call around here the Hungry Gorge, because it's eaten so many people in its time. Kento nearly falls off. he's just kind of like jogging along it. Yeah. Gotta be honest though, what a great little village.
It is that sort of picturesque village, isn't it? It's reminding me of Shiki.
Yeah, there's an old saying that if you go 20 minutes outside of Tokyo, you go 150 years into the past, because you do find like little villages like this clustered around paddy fields where all the work's still done by hand.
That's fair enough.
It's really weird though, considering like how high tech the cities are though. But yeah, they're totally off the grid with their own power supplies.
Then we get this is the bit where I get a bit confused because I wasn't expecting this with Akira's father.
Mm.
Like Akira comes back and does the bow and stuff and like his big emotional speech. He just gets clocked in the head by his dad.
He totally like knuckles the top of his head. Could be that his dad was embarrassed because the Japanese aren't really big on huge shows of emotion.
That's what it's right like us.
Unless it's anime, you can scream and shout or cry your heart out to that anime as much as you like.
Mm-hmm. No, it's very much like us. Don't do that. Open display of affection stuff. It's not good.
Mm.
Keep it all stiff upper lip and all that. But yeah, this is where we see that the relationship between the two of them is a bit more complicated than what we thought. Because I don't know, up until this moment, I had this not so much idealistic, but the fact
Mm.
I thought Akira was well raised and supported and blah blah blah. So I wasn't expecting this sort of antagonism.
I think it was, but dads dads never show affection because that's what dads do.
I'm well aware. But this is something else, I think we'll see it during the next 3 episodes. But yeah, we'll get that sort of hint that there's something to be resolved there.
And I think really, it's kind of like the plot of the next 3 episodes is all about Akira and his father, Akira and his family.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's plenty of stuff happening in the background, but most of it seems to be driving towards kind of like him and a confrontation of some kind with his father.
But just before this episode ends, we'll have the strangest thing ever. So with a group of 3, is it 3 of them? Yeah, it's 3 of them. 4 of them, sorry.
4 of them.
4 of them from the city have basically made their way up here. And oh, by the way, on the way there's a tunnel that leads into the village, but that's been closed off and it's full of zombies because they blocked them in. And for some reason didn't set fire to them for reasons.
Plot related reasons.
Yep. Because I think we knew that was going once we saw it.
They couldn't kill the zombies in the tunnel because their plot armor was just too thick.
Yep. D100 plot armor. But the group from the city have got their own bucket list, and it's different. Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember the episode of the A team where they had the B team?
I do. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did they only ever appear once?
I'm pretty sure they did.
I remember the action figures for them. Yes, they actually went and made B team action figures.
Wow.
But it was basically the A team's nemesis. God, that was a cheesy show. But this reminds me of. It's the B team. It's the antithesis of Akira's group.
Yeah. Also, kind of like the two sides in The Lord of the Flies, where one wants to do everything by the book and the other just wants to be incredibly crazy.
Mm-hmm. God, I haven't read that in years either.
Jesus, me neither.
That was like a school read.
Yeah, I think that might be where I read it. Poor Piggy, he deserved a better end. But it's kind of. I think there's a lot of there's kind of like there's a lot of. Oh no, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. There's a lot of solid. There's a lot of different there's a lot of different stories you can bring into this between the two of them. But yeah, it's kind of like you've got the bucket list of you've got 100 things we want to do before we turn into zombies, which is like ride motorbikes and go camping on the roof of a building, go home, see my parents, eat sushi, wine and dine, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then you've got like 100 things we have 100 things we're going to do before we become zombies, like blow something up, set fire to shit, shoot people
Stick,
with guns,
yep, stick tongue down some girl's throat.
stick my tongue down some poor woman's throat. Lovely. Yeah,
It's these next 3 episodes though where I think it sort of lets it down a bit. This is the sort of
mm.
downer. These it almost becomes a different show.
Yes, it loses it, and it kind of like it ramps up the horror, but it loses like 90% of the comedy. And I actually think like the comedy is such a big part of this show,
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
because it's like you have like a moment of absolute red-blooded horror, and then somebody falls on their ass and everyone laughs, and it's just kind of like it kind of like it's great. It's great because it's like laughter is the pressure valve that prepares you for the next chunk of horror. But it's like all the laughter goes away.
Yeah, but that's the thing as well. Because of this show, it's dealing with, as we said, there's underlying talking
Mm,
points or philosophies, life stuff. It's actually
mm,
quite heavy in the background. So you need that levity to do it, or else this just becomes a dark,
yeah.
depressing show. And
Be,
you,
be, be, before it was like it's a show about the zombie apocalypse and four people having fun.
mhm.
Now it's a show about the zombie apocalypse, a bunch of people who hate society, and growing old.
Yeah, and but I also think it's like because of the things in it, like the grown old part. This
Mm,
idea that you get to a certain age, you just have to give up, and uh you can't do anything anymore. You can't try anything. You've just
mm,
to sit in your corner and be quiet until you're dead, even if that's going to be 30 years away. You know that attitude disgusts me.
mm. It's the kind of attitude that too many people have. It's kind of like, well, that's it. I'm in my 50s. I'm never going to work again. To hell with that. I'm going to keep trying.
Yeah, just do something. Keep that spark. Oh, I'm not allowed to be on YouTube because I'm 50. Right? Okay. Because young people mightn't like me, so I should just give up. Oh well, fuck off. Shouldn't try anything new.
Okay. Oh,
Shouldn't push yourself.
mm.
That's it. You just stop. No, that's when you die.
Yeah.
That's when you may as well not be.
They're like I've got plenty of time. I've got plenty of time to stop after they've buried me.
Mhm.
I'll keep going until then. Thanks very much.
I think that's the sort of underlying message, of because once again, today's society is
Mm.
it's polarized in a lot of way, but even generations. I'm sure you remember growing up, like there wasn't that same chasm between the old and the young.
No, no, there wasn't. There absolutely wasn't.
I used to love listening to my granny, when I went to visit my granny on Saturdays.
Mm.
She told stories of the old days, and even our neighbor would come in, Jenny, and they'd just tell us stories. It was nothing like profound or life changing, but just hearing about life. Once again, storytellers are everything. And you just had that respect and endearment. Now it's outward hatred. It's very, very strange.
It is. It very much is. Kind of
Like
sad.
everything. Yeah, it is sad. It could actually make you want to stop, not go on anymore if you let it.
Mm.
And this strange culture of just permanent antagonism, like that's exhausting. And that's what the other group, that's what their bitterness, their resentment, that's what this other group represent.
Yeah.
And that's why they can't build and can only destroy. And we're seeing that. I mean, this is a holding up a mirror to today's society. And I think it's across, not just in the West, but across the world. You see it as bitterness, resentment, jealousy, that stuff, just the outward hatred, for no actual logical reason as well. It's just this pent up frustration for the sake of it, and it doesn't lead anywhere good. So we're seeing too. This is how the battle starts because you've got the village just they welcomed them in. There was not even a question of, oh, we've got oh, the zombie apocalypse hit us too. We've got spare houses. Oh, you need somewhere to live. There you go. Jump in and we'll try and let's make society work or make our little village work. But you've got these four, and they're just bitter, nasty people.
Yeah, they see a group of people who have survived, a group of people who have like succeeded, and they absolutely hate them for it.
Mm-hmm. And because they don't have the personalities, the mental fortitude to actually fit in or do it. They just decide that they're going to burn it all down. But we'll have this. God, for some reason, Akira tried dreadlocks or wore dreadlocks or something. I'm like, ugh.
Why we don't know. No, they don't suit him.
Just don't know. No, I hate dreadlocks. I think they're the ugliest hairstyle ever.
Mm.
I just don't like them. I just instant just So I find Akira hard to look at these 3 episodes because he keeps them in for the 3 episodes. It's like, oh, come on.
Like, why are you doing this?
It was funny though. I loved the wee girl who was basically they were in a film production crew making a zombie movie when the zombie apocalypse broke out.
They've got to be quite honest. There's an irony to that, isn't there?
They're massive, yeah.
It's like, oh. I love the scene where she's going like, oh, whatever the name of the person is. Yeah, your sewing character rips someone's throat out.
That's why they got wiped out, because they couldn't tell because they were that good at their job.
But it's such a sad story, and you just sitting there and you're like, oh. But then again, it does that. It does that. It just kind of like it creeps inside you and goes like, here's a bit of sadness just to help you on your way.
Just so you remember, it's a zombie apocalypse.
Just so you remember, this is sad.
I love the bit where Shizuka accidentally becomes a village doctor.
It's very dangerous to open your mouth around old people.
But she can't help herself. Somebody cuts themselves, so she instantly goes into, oh, I read this, do that, do the other. Ah, you're a doctor.
Oh, you're a doctor. Can you do anything about my backache? No, she's my wife who died several years ago. That bloke. that bloke is the biggest slap of comedy for the next 2.5 episodes.
Yep. The fact he tries to fill her up.
I'm going to say, is it typical lecherous old bloke?
Yep.
It's a trope, but it's a great one.
It's done with a strange amount of affection, which is like, this shouldn't work, but it does.
It's the look on her face. Ah! The screams as well.
Yep. And then we'll get to see, because Kensho's a deeper character than when he lets on.
Yeah, because when Kencho meets the orphan girl and her dog, that weird dog. We'll get into why it's weird next episode.
But yeah, she hasn't spoken a word since she arrived, and he's like, "Nah, not putting up with that."
So good, it's so good. Yeah,
Mhm.
he just goes over and starts cracking jokes, but he just I can't remember what he says that makes her laugh.
Don't know, but she calls him like a pervert and everything, and like,
Yeah, it's
because we're all thinking it.
it's like why it's like I'm a young girl. Why are you talking to me? You're some kind of pedo. It's just like.
And the fact it was the bit where he went on about he's going to do something with his bum.
Oh yeah, he's gonna slurp udon noodles with his butt,
Yeah,
and she's just kind of like, yeah, no thanks.
I think that was about. He mentioned something about getting naked anyway, and you're like, dude, it's a kid. What the fuck? But Kencho has like one track mind, as in, oh, she's unhappy. I'm gonna cheer her up. That's it.
He's going to cheer her up because he wants to be a stand-up comedian, and stand-up comedians cheer people up.
But we'll see all this going on. Yeah. We'll see all this going on, and then we meet Higurashi again, and it turns out he actually went to the same university as Akira and Kencho.
Yeah, but he's exactly the same kind of character. Where they're all bubbling and sunshine and light and fit in, he's kind of like an introvert who just wants to be left alone.
But that's not what being an introvert's about. I know, because I actually am one.
I was going to say, I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert.
It's an extrovert needs the energy of others. That's it. It's how they operate. They need to be constantly in contact or talking with other people. That's why you can always know an extrovert because they can't sit still. They can't be quiet. They're the ones that are always breaking the silence. An introvert needs the energy of being like, after doing these today, I'm like done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
Because it's my battery, has kind of reached its, peak.
Yes, I've been building up to this and saving energy.
Because that's the way it works. But it doesn't mean you don't enjoy it. It's having the conversation and talking, but it does take a lot of energy to do it. That's the difference between an introvert and an extrovert. But Higurashi is something else. He's twisted.
Yes, there is something very, very messed up about it. And so whatever. It's kind of hard to understand because it's like when he's thinking about what he wants the things he used to do in his youth back.
Yeah.
But it's like instead it's like but what he really wants to do is he just wants to hurt people.
He wants to lash out. He's frustrated. Something happened to him between primary school and secondary school. We don't know what. It doesn't really go into it, but that's how he wants to deal with it, is by just lashing out, and just the darkest way possible.
Makes no sense.
That's, I don't know. I remember my hardest time in life was 16, 17.
Isn't that everybody's hardest time in life? All those hormones they think about.
Well, those before, but anyway, at school I was just angry. I just didn't get on with people in school. I had one or two friends, but even then, it was, that usual teenage boy thing, backbiting and stuff, so I couldn't be arsed. But 16, 17, I wanted to actually meet people and stuff, but I didn't have the tools to do it. And I just remember being frustrated right up until like my early 20s because I wanted to, I wanted to make friends and have relationships and stuff, but I just didn't know what to do. There was something like not there because I didn't have that. Basically, I went to a shit school, and people I didn't twig with, and even the ones I sort of tried to be friends with, I didn't really. There's a reason I don't talk to anybody from school anymore, and people have lifelong friends. I don't have that. Especially from school, just because of the way I was. It took me until
I think I was
I was
friends
about.
with I was friends with like 3 people from school, and I'm not in contact with any. All the friends I've got now, people I met at college and uni,
Mhm.
or
That was pretty much.
people who met while I was working. It's like childhood friends. I don't have a single one left.
It's actually.
I was really quiet when I was in school. I was the guy who sat in the corner and kept his head down.
Yeah, it wasn't until even when I joined up at first, I had real problems because it was very rough. It was the sort of people that I went to school with and didn't get on with.
Yeah,
And I had a major trouble fitting in. It wasn't until I went down to a local GW actually
yeah.
that I realized, oh, I know what's wrong. I'm a nerd. That's what the problem is, and that's why I don't get on with most people because they're not nerds.
See, I'm kind of like, I'm the opposite. I'm kind of like, yes, I'm a nerd, and then do all the nerdy things.
Yeah, but that's like I said, that moment of realization, and then moving past that and realizing, oh, actually, that's I just need to find my people, sort of thing.
That's it.
That's why I do weird shit. You know what I mean? Because it's
Once you find your group, boom, that's it.
and then I realized hobbies and etc. That's what fuels me. It's not going to the nightclub every weekend. I wasn't about that. Or standing street corners. I wasn't about that either.
I'd much rather sit down with a good book, to be quite honest.
Yeah, that's the thing. But when you're in the environment, that's not the thing to do. And if you don't, you're ostracized. And then, like I said, I can see Higurashi. I suppose that's the point I'm trying to make in a long-winded way.
Yeah,
I can see where Higurashi's coming from.
That he's a very relatable kind of character, isn't he?
Yeah. However,
which is a massive problem because it's like, shit, I'm like that guy.
Yes. But what do you do? That's the thing. That's the sort of lesson here, isn't it? Or the message or whatever. The philosophical talking point is you see yourself. So what do you do? How do you not become Higurashi? Because everything he did was out of bitterness. And he looked for other people who were just as bitter as him. Hence this group.
If he hadn't been for this group, he'd probably just hid himself away.
Yeah, but once again, I'm gonna say it today. This is a lesson. Look at people. Look at internet culture. Look at bitter, angry people. Go look for other bitter, angry people, and then they get into a gang, and they go and make other people's lives misery because they are bitter and angry, and they just want to lash out. The difference is with us is because we're older and we don't need the internet.
We're talking about Facebook again, aren't we?
Well, we insert social media title. It doesn't matter. It's the same pattern. Just some are more prevalent than others. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing.
It's kind of like you can be this guy with his friends, or you can be that guy with their friends.
Mm-hmm. And if you're that guy with their friends, the other friends aren't allowed to exist.
Yeah,
because the antithesis. It's that weird tribal thing that's happening.
Yeah, that's see what I mean, Lord of the Flies. It's like, well, that's it. The guys on Akira's team have got to die because they remind us of what we don't have.
Mm-hmm.
But that's basically it. Like, like you can see this battle brewing, and it is basically the haves and the have-nots, isn't it?
Yeah. And jealousy, envy, bitterness, and resentment, they're toxic tools or emotions to have. If you don't, they're legitimate, but you have to recognize them and you have to deal with it and not become Higurashi. That's the kind of point. Oh, there's Chris. Yeah, the cover art was from episode 4. It's the shark with legs.
The shark.
We were talking about last time.
I was looking. Is that from the anime or is that from the live action?
No, that's from the anime.
Blimey.
It's just flipped around.
Oh.
That's the anime punch. I can't wait to see you to do that in the live action. Actually, that'll be funny.
It's like, will the shark? I'm guessing like, the shark's going to be CG. Will it be as good? I mean, it's CG in this because it's all 3D animation. It's like 3D animation that's been penned over, but it's like, will the shark look as good in the live action as it is in the anime?
Don't know. I think it needs to be partly suit. There needs to be some physical props. How they're going to do it, I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, we end up now getting this. They're going to have a strange bucket list off or whatever that was.
It's a weird bucket list. Some weirder than others.
Yeah, my bucket list versus your bucket list. Go!
Bucket list battle. Jesus.
Yeah, so the battle ensues. The zombies have been released. The village is burning. This is they've done it, and it becomes like Bleach or something, doesn't it?
It
everyone faces their nemesis, sort of thing, and
yeah, it's kind of like you can see the pairs facing off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you know exactly who is going to go for who.
Well, it's the A team and the B team. You know what I mean? That's that episode. I need to watch that again sometime. Find it. I remember being cheesy. Like, it's basically they put the discount, bargain basement versions of the A team, and everyone faced up against their nemesis. But Charles, I think this is an attempt to just bring some humor back. All this is going on, and Charles like, I'm gonna die. Woof woof. I'm gonna go hump a chicken.
That's just it. See what I mean about weird dog? It's like the girl disappears. She's disappeared. Oh no, where is she? Kancho goes look after her. Meanwhile, she finds the dog in the hen house. She's like, Charo, stop it! This isn't the time to be humping things.
The poor chicken's just like,
oh. I'm most shocked looking chicken in anime ever. And I'm like, for what?
Have you seen the nature videos where seals randomly have their way with penguins?
I've seen nature videos. I've seen nature videos where rabbits will basically like try and bonk anything that sits still too long. Shoes, rocks.
No, this is actually a phenomenon. Basically, sea lions will go and like hump penguins to death. It's rather disturbing.
That's
just what this scene reminds me of. I just can't.
Strange and unhealthy.
But it's a thing. It's apparently it's not just a one-off. It's a regular occurrence.
Oh,
Just like,
seals. No wonder the Canadians want to gather around you and club you all to death.
but yeah, we'll get this. We'll get to see these backstories of the other team,
Mm.
and yeah, it's pretty much what you would expect.
They are all really miserable stories, to be honest.
The girl with the hedge clippers, yeah, she's just an absolute cow.
Yeah, you can't say she didn't deserve what she got.
Nope, she 100% did. But I can't believe, I don't know, her hedge clippers meant to be that powerful.
The
Like
Japanese ones, maybe. I've no idea.
the folded steel, the same as the katana, because it's like,
Ching! You got a naginata? I'm going to cut through the shaft of that with my hedge clippers. Ching! Samurai sword blade? Not a problem. Ching! But she did like she did, what was it? She was like
fencing champion.
number one in the nation kendo champion 3 years running.
Mm-hmm. And she utterly despises Beatrix because she's a cosplayer, you know, and just once again, just the bitterness and envy and
Yeah, yes. But they're all like, they're kind of all like that, aren't they?
yeah, but that's the whole thing. This episode's giving the backstory of all four.
They're all the exact opposites of the other.
Mm-hmm.
I
Creepy bloke.
like I like the guy who faces Kancho on the roof of the building. I'm going to push you off into the zombies so you can become a zombie because I'm in a shit relationship with my wife.
Yeah,
My wife doesn't love me and I don't love her. Become a zombie.
but that's the whole thing, isn't it? It's the let's not deal with why. Let's just lash out at random people.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. It's bitterness and resentment and just envy. It's and the victim culture as well. You know, I'm a victim. I'm hard put upon. Just breeds that sort of person. They're just not good.
Oh.
It's the same as creepy bloke. He's busy trying to grab Shizuku.
Girls don't like him. He's really unlucky. Can't think why girls don't like him, you know. Honestly, I really can't.
Yeah,
Lying,
yeah,
totally can. Yeah. He's the guy who lost his job because while smoking in the kitchen of the restaurant he worked in, he chucked his like cigarette butt into a waste bin and it caught fire.
yeah,
And his whole reaction to that is, oh, I suppose I'm going to get the sack now. Damn, I'm so unlucky.
yeah. And why didn't they put ashtrays in the kitchen? Like
Yeah.
I've seen people like that. I've
You know why
been a
they did
kitchen
that?
porter back in the
Yeah.
days. I've done part-time jobs and worked in kitchens, and for some reason, I don't know, kitchens attract some gnarly people, like proper, like disgusting. Like working with food's all about hygiene.
It is.
That's you're meant to be top, you know, spick and span everything. And for some reason, kitchens and even when I worked in supermarket with a deli counter and stuff, some of the people come in there, you're like, oh, their own personal hygiene was shit. Never mind actually dealing with food, and you're like, what is wrong with you? It's very very strange. But Kencho unleashes his superpower because he decides to pull him off, you know, both of them, so they land in the middle of the zombies.
Wow, Wow, what is his superpower? That is some superpower, because I know I couldn't do it.
I take you remember Jackass, yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that episode?
I haven't actually.
That is bad. Like
But
that's
oh my god.
Steve-O has actually swam in a cesspool. And
Oh,
before he went in, they had to plug up everything
God, what kind
to
of
make
disease?
sure nothing went in.
What kind of diseases could you come back with that? I mean, oh my god, I like the way because Kancho spends an inordinate amount of this time in this anime naked, and they've scribbled over his bits and his butt crack, so you so that like people won't be offended by them. After he dives in the cesspit and climbs out, they've censored his entire body.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa! It's like his bits are still scratched out, but his entire body is heavily pixelated.
Yep. And I just love the way everyone's taking in good humor. You're like, nah, nah, nah.
It's like, don't come anywhere near me until you've had a bath, says his young lady friend.
Yep.
That's creepy. Oh my god. Oh. But yeah, it's like hedge trimmer girl gets defeated and becomes a zombie. I'm guessing she becomes a zombie.
Yep. Old Man Hiko activates when he finds out that Shizuku is in trouble.
I love that. What a great character. Not only is he like the local old lecher, he's also a pot shot with a rifle.
Yeah, but he's not so much a lecher. He thinks it's his wife.
How did he treat his wife?
Well, obviously she was a very happy woman, a very her other he's about 50 grandkids. That's
minimum.
But yeah, he's like, nah, not my not my wife. It's in his head. That's it. Sorted. But we'll get the whole thing where this episode's basically Higurashi grabs Akira's father. Who was driving the truck? Because that's everybody accounted for except Higurashi, and so he's always
Deep Throat was driving the truck. He was because it's like Deep Throat, because he was the guy with the gun. When he left the truck, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, because it kind of gets a bit strange then, because for some reason he can still operate it while he's in the bucket. But I think we'll just let that one go. But we have basically it's like a standoff. Higurashi wants Akira to come out and become a zombie, or else he crashes. He does it to his father and crashes in to let the zombies into the shed. And this couldn't be more of an A-Team episode if they tried.
Glorious.
I know, let's lock our enemies in the shed with lots of time and lots of equipment. What could they do?
Quick, get the makeup out.
This is the strange thing, because apparently Akira's father's terminally ill, or it's been hinted at that he has a serious illness. I actually thought at one point he'd been bitten, just the way he'd been cut, but
it's the way he kind of like brought his hand out and there was blood.
Yep.
But it's like once you like are given like the full enormity of what is actually wrong with him, and you realize where that blood's come from.
Yeah, that's like, oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically the zombies go in, we hear the ba ba ba, and then Akira the zombie comes out.
Scream, and a long drawn out scream, and Akira the zombie comes walking out. That's the end. Thank you for viewing. No.
But we were already set up this was going to happen. But when we're talking to girls who happened to work on a zombie movie set and did zombie makeup,
oddly enough, makeup. Yeah.
bit of foreshadowing, maybe.
This is such a great series. Not only does it foreshadow, but it makes it really easy to follow. It's like a certain character going like, "You ever need any help? I'll be right there."
Yep.
Excellent. So yeah.
Well, I actually thought it was going to go differently because so basically,
yeah, me too. To be honest,
Akira beats Higurashi. He basically ruses him by pretending to be a zombie. We also get another flashback. It turns out Akira had actually welcomed him into the group and offered to, do you want to come have lunch with us? And that was actually an interaction. Akira didn't even remember it. It didn't even faze him. He saw somebody, oh, you're standing on your own. We're in a group. Come with us, And he ran away. And all of a sudden, that's what sparked this hatred. Very, very strange.
Just because they were I think it's honestly, I think it's jealousy. The fact that Akira is the guy that he wanted to be, but had tried to be and couldn't be. Because he said something about like during he tried to join in with all the kids at school, but eventually realised wasn't one of them. As he went up through from middle school through to high school, he just became more and more alone. Then he decided he was going to try and change himself up when he went to university. But it's like first day at university, he sees Akira and Kensho, and it's just kind of like, I can't be like these. And then Akira invites him to come along because he hears his belly gurgle when they're talking about food, and he just turns and runs off. And that's it.
Starts a 10-year resentment cycle.
That's it. I'm entering my resentment and redemption arc. Oh, that didn't go well.
But it's just funny the way that even when he gets bitten and he's about to turn, like Akira still like gives him a hug and explains that he understands, and he's like, "Okay, when I get turned into a zombie, I'll look for you so we can go swimming together." Like,
I'm kind of like, oh, is that the kind of thing? It's like, oh, you're going to turn into a zombie, but don't worry. When I turn into a zombie, we can be friends. Jesus, I mean, really.
But that's Akira, though, isn't it? That's his whole character.
Speak first, react later.
Yeah, just every cloud, silver lining, that sort of thing. It's him with his spark. We've seen Akira without his spark, and we've seen when his spark is lit, and he's just a completely different person. An eternal optimist that just embraces every moment of life. And yet somehow he has this obsession. He has to repay his parents because it's on his list for everything they've done for him. But
in a way, at the moment, that seems to be the thing that's driving him, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the reason he has to get all through this and come out the other side unscathed is so he can tell his parents just how much they mean to him.
Yep, and repay them for everything he's done. Which, once again, that's not a bad message to put out there. Which seems to be lost today because everyone's like, once again, everyone's Higurashi today, full of bitterness and hatred.
Yeah, how dare you say that on my Facebook? I hate Facebook.
The reason I don't interact very often. If it wasn't for like real life people that I know, I wouldn't be on it. Like any other social media platform, I'm only on through the podcast.
I'm going nowhere near it.
No, that's the thing. Facebook's the only one I'm on personally because friends and family. if that wasn't the case, like I wouldn't care. If it wasn't for the podcast, I wouldn't be on any of the others. Zero interest. The pseudo friendships, if that makes sense, of typing on a forum doesn't appeal to me. Or getting into arguments with people that I don't even never even met over what.
Oh my God, you're denying people their right to get angry.
Then
Yes,
people can
yes,
get
we are.
angry. People can get angry all they want.
Don't get angry. Go and watch Zone 100. It'll do you good. Honestly, it will. I recommend this anime. It will restore your faith in mankind.
But that's the thing. Even Higurashi, like, are the ones you see how bitter they are, but you can also relate to them. And it's that warning, isn't it? Of don't. This is what happens if you go too far.
That's it. It's kind of like in the like the fight scenes, the confrontations. Yeah, they managed to make each one of them in their own way see the error of their ways,
Mm-hmm.
and then they all die.
Like that girl, I'm like that more. I'm very much. I like things in order. I like things neat. It winds me up when people are just sloppy. It cracks me up. Hate it.
Yeah, but it's like, but
I used that.
Sorry, okay.
No, in my early 20s, I used to have a major problem with that. It took me a while to sort of, and I'm still not there yet, but it took me a long time to sort of step back and not be heard. If that makes sense. I've been her. I've been that sort of person, just seething and angry and just not understanding why people can't do it the way I do it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yep. She's like, anger. I'm going to people being angry for no reason. You can understand why people hated her, because it's like she seemed like she seemed to be a bit of a control freak, and she was doing it for her own gratification. If people didn't want to do exactly what she said, that's it. Manager, this person's put his cup down with the handle facing in the wrong direction. Or this man only has 3 pens in his pocket, not 4. And it's like, oh blimey. Oh,
That's what I'm saying. I can still see a bit of myself in her, but I learned not to go too far.
yeah,
It was a hard, you know what I mean? It was a thing of, okay, that's where you could end up. Don't go that way. Pull
yeah.
back.
Like I say, she's the extreme. But it's like when realization like dawns on her, she just kind of like stays there on the ground, stunned long enough that the zombies grab hold of her. So it's like, oh, okay, it's going to be those kind of fights, is it?
I think it was more like rather than a physical fight, it's more of a battle of wills.
It is, because it's like they fight. The fight always stops when they begin to exposition.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very interesting. It's like Kencho on the roof, and he's like, my wife hates me. She doesn't love me. And he's like, well, did you love her? Did you treat her? Did you buy flowers for her? Did you treat her like the princess that she is? And he's like, stops in thought, and then he chucks him over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Deep Throat. I'm going to keep calling him Deep Throat. I'm pretty sure he just gets his gun shown, take it out, and then he gets like stoned to death by the old people of the village.
Yeah, they just beat the living crap out of him.
I can't actually remember his exposition, but the moral of this story is don't get the old folks angry.
Well, basically, they mess with their doctor.
Oh yeah, you're messing with our doctor.
Yep. And he just, and then what it was as well, because she tried to save them, she reminded them that they hadn't given up on life yet. They were just going to sit there and die. We're no use anymore. We're old. We have nothing to offer. But it was Shizuku basically reminds them that they're worthwhile. It's actually it's not about once again, it's this whole thing of, oh, if you're not productive or blah blah blah. They've been productive. What they are now as custodians are the link from the past to the future. As to remind us why we're not just worker drones, why we're human, why we're community. Which once again, that's something that's been massively lost today.
Definitely. But yeah, it's like.
But when it came down to it, that's when Shizuka was in her moment of need. They stepped right up. It's just funny the way they put the zombies back in the tunnel, like where it all where it started from.
Yes.
I'm sorry, this time it'd be a few pepper bombs going to muff them just to make sure they're gone.
It's kind of like we can't kill these people. It's not their fault they become zombies. Let's just put them back in the trouble just in case someone comes back.
Or the cure gets found or something. Yeah, they're very
But it is Higurashi. I do find like Higurashi's end was quite sad. I thought.
Yeah, he goes to the river.
The other guys, it's like Deep Throat, The Unhappy Marriage, and the I'm Always Right Girl, and You Will Do as I Say. It couldn't care less about those, but I think Higurashi's death was quite sad. Just because of the way it was drawn out, because it's like, these are the things you want to do. Yeah, these are all things I want to do. Then why do you look so miserable? What is it you really want to do? What do you really want to put in that book?
Yeah,
it's
and that's
just the fact that he's on the verge of being saved, and that damn zombie bites his ankle.
Mm-hmm. That's what that's what I mean. This is what this show sort of, it juggles quite a few things. The ridiculous comedy with the really deep, masterful insights into the human condition, and then the blood-soaked horror of a zombie apocalypse is just great.
That's just set dressing, that is, for the real story that's being told.
But that's doesn't matter about zombies or plague of rats or the apocalypse. That's the story is the human story. That's, and if you tell the human story right, then it doesn't matter what the setting is. But this just happened to be zombies, but it's the human story, and that's a really powerful one that's told throughout this series. Like even they put the ball back, and obviously, God, what do you call him again? Masuru turns up again because when the rope bridge goes,
Yes.
and I honestly thought I thought the plan or the plot was going to take them back to the treehouse. That's why they built it so big, so the entire village could live in tree houses.
Yeah, and he's just kind of like, I came to see what was wrong. I noticed the bridge had fallen down. Knocked you up a new one.
Yep.
God, you never. It's like
just like that.
Just like that. It's like a few spare planks lying around after building the treehouse, and some nails and some handy pieces of rope.
But yeah, that's basically he decides he's going to move in with the village and help them build and
yeah. So so what happens to the treehouse?
Just gets left, I suppose,
It,
or something for the kids to go and play on.
You could give that to me. I'd live there. But it's like it's and the wind up where it's like, right then, it's like you've saved the village. I've saved the village. It's about time to leave then. What? Out of nowhere. But what a reason! What a reason to leave! It's like this is a virus. If it's a virus, there's got to be someone out there working on a cure. We're gonna find them and help them. We're gonna save the human race. It's like, no, you fool! What are you doing?
But why not? Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? That's the kind of an Akira thing to do.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. And everybody goes with him because Shuzuka writes down in the bucket list of the dead she wants to become a doctor.
Just finally find her because she'd wanted to be a doctor,
Yeah,
and her father like quashed it out of her. But
father quashed that. No, you can't be a doctor. Doctors are the kind of people who work for us.
what an empty life.
What a knobber. Honestly, like, wow. Just the kind of father a young girl needs, or just the kind of father anyone needs.
Just somebody you don't want to interact with. I mean, that's the thing. Just better,
Uh,
just can't be arsed. Of course, Kenshu manages to be. He gets his one off the list to be a stand-up comedian because
yeah, that that
he
that
makes
that
Agri laugh.
that worrisome child. She's there crying, and is it Beatrice who walks up to her and goes like, "Do you know what? I think it's okay to cry in front of someone if you're saying goodbye." So she stops, she dries her ears, and she runs up to Kencho and she screams as loud as she can, "When you come back, I want to see you snarf udon noodles with your ass." He does worry me. He really does.
But it's also like
It's
it's like he
totally in
has
character. Totally in character.
yeah, and it's completely innocent as well, which is just it's like lads humor, but just with anybody sort of thing. Like I'm gonna light a fart sort of thing, but wait, isn't that cool?
He's like, "That's amazing. Look at me. I'm going to eat noodles with my butthole."
And then we find out what this is the bit that just has me bamboozled. Like the condition that's going to end Akira's father's life.
It's like, look. Are you saying that's not a serious condition?
It's an inconvenient one.
Pardon?
It's an inconvenient one.
It's like, yeah, for a farmer, though. I mean, all that bending over. It's like, yes, because it's like this. It's like he's there, and he's there like looking at his hand. His hand's covered in blood. I don't think I've got long now. And he's talking to his wife, and he's like, yes, it's more serious than we thought it was. And then she's talking to Akira, and she's like, your father's got a growth. And you're like, oh shit. And then like the zombies are attacking the village, and he drags Akira, and it's like it's a he totally gives like a Captain Oates, I'm going outside now, I may be gone some time kind of speech.
Yep,
And it's like he's going to make the noble sacrifice
because he has hemorrhoids.
because he has hemorrhoids.
You're like,
Just get some preparation, mate. You'll be all right. And he doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to have the surgery because he's worried it's going to get infected. Which means when he was standing there with all that blood in his hand, going like, "Yes, it won't be long now," he knew exactly he's had his fingers up his ass. It's like, oh God, no!
push them back in.
Oh, why?
Yep, trying to push
Oh,
them back
why?
in.
Oh no! Oh dear! You know I'll never be able to eat purple grapes again. Oh dear!
But that's I was promising delay. That's what mean. Sorry, Akira. Basically, it's like okay,
All right, I'm
you're
leaving.
fine. I'm away. Good
Right,
setup for season 2.
great setup. Great setup for season 2. If there is a season 2,
I was this popular?
it was. The
It's
second half. The second half of the season wasn't as popular as the first half
but still good.
for the reason that we bumped. But yeah, it was. It was absolutely brilliant. This is what 2004? No.
So not later. I thought it was more recent.
20 the 100. That's the 100. The 100. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
2023. Yeah, it's only a couple of years old.
2023. It's like it's only 2025. It's a bit early. I mean, a series I watched is just a series that I watched announced yesterday that it was getting season 2, which is brilliant because we've only had to wait 8 years for it.
Well, if we're still here in 8 years' time.
8 whole years. 8 whole years. I'd like them to do a season 2. I'd like them to carry on with the story. I've no idea
Yeah,
what it's like, but
well, it'll be the travel to search for the cure, but it'll just be the random stuff.
but I do know. Right? Did you watch? You watched the ending credit, yeah, of this because there was a speech going through the ending credit, yeah. Do you remember a guy with long hair, glasses, and a beard, and like a schoolgirl holding a shield that was made out of a road sign? They were only on the screen for a couple of seconds.
No,
There were lots of characters on the screen, who kind of like popped in little cutscenes on the screen at the end. A lot of them are characters from further on in the book, because it's like the guy with the long hair and the glasses and the high school student are more companions that join the group later on.
cool. Well, that's what I mean. There's no reason why I couldn't carry on, and it becomes like a big team ensemble thing, and they could. I mean, the storylines that could go is. I don't think we need another. Like, we don't need to see him going back to meet the chief again. We don't need him to go back to the family village until like the very, very end scene. But there's loads of stuff they can do, and just keep the humor. Don't drop the humor this time, because that's the only thing about the 3 episodes is they drop the humor. Maybe 1 or 2 things, but most of it, got very grim.
I can give you a mild spoiler if you don't mind one, but you may have worked it out already. It's something that happened earlier on in this series. The bit where they leave what's his name, where they leave Gonzo kneeling on his own after everybody's walked away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. He totally gets ripped apart by zombies.
Hmm?
He totally gets ripped apart by zombies.
Okay, well, that's pretty much the end of him. Yeah, we don't need to see him again. That arc is done.
Yep.
We don't need to see the B team again. That's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say you don't see Gonzo die. You just see him like left alone and on his own in the car park, because it's after everybody's left alone that the zombies get him. The B team are gone. It's like Hirogashi is a zombie, but before he actually becomes a zombie, he drowns himself. The guy who's unhappy with his marriage gets devoured after he tries to climb the electric fence and gets electrocuted. The girl, the woman, not the woman, what's his name?
Answer?
Deep Throat.
Mm-hmm.
Deep Throat survives, yeah, but he decides to live in the village and rebuild it. Because there should have been a scene when they were rebuilding the village. There should have been a scene with him in. And the other guy, the woman, basically the woman, learns her lesson that she needs to be more open of the opinions of others and respect people's differences just before she gets eaten. So Gonzo's gone. The B team's gone.
Yeah, I don't think we need an antagonist. That's the thing. Because this season set them up that they're basically, they've went through their character growth. So season 2 would be searching for the cure and just encountering weird and wacky stuff along the way, and maybe find out why the virus, why the zombie outbreak happened. Was it by accident or by design? I mean, there's loads of stuff that could be like that. Just
right, I'm looking. There are. Up to the present, 81 volumes of the manga, but they haven't been released in like book form yet. The last chapter was released on November the 19th this year, so it's still going on. It's still going on.
Okay, so definitely enough time for them a season 2. Like I say, it'll just be their search and then maybe uncover what's behind the zombie apocalypse, what caused it.
It is normally a few years before sequels get mentioned, but that's just because there's so much other stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like any other company that deals with media. Like anime companies are always chasing the latest big thing. So it's like if say a series doesn't do as well as they think it's going to do, they'll push it back a little while so they can try other things. Or like if a series does incredibly well, they'll push something else back so they can bring that forward. And they don't tell anybody until they actually like go to the press and go, oh yeah, we're doing the second series of this.
Fair enough.
But hopefully soon.
Yeah, because honestly, it's really enjoyable. It's worth watching, and it has enough lighthearted moments. You know, there's something in it for everybody.
Oh, it's lighthearted, but then again, it's so. I think that's what I missed about the last 3 episodes. It's like there's humor in there, but most of it is gone. The humor is, you've got to be honest, the humor is mostly Shizuka screaming for various reasons.
Or Kencho, you know, diving into shit.
No, I went, oh. Then we come. I did laugh though when he crawled back out and they'd censored his entire body.
Yeah, it was hilarious. But like I said, I've seen that Jackass episode, like that lives with me forever.
Oh
God, that was
not right. Not even if I was in a totally sealed diving suit. No, thank you.
Yeah, but those people are broken in the head. Like you see the injuries they've done to themselves over the years. Like the fact they're still standing is a testament to them. They've all, like Johnny Knoxville broke his eyeball out of his head. You know what I mean?
How do you even do that though?
If you get whacked a certain way, you know, that's what I mean. It's mad people. Anyway, shall we see what we're going to watch next?
Oh my God! Do you know what? I think we better. I think we better.
Oh, that's fine. Hang on. That's better. Right.
Hellgirl 2. Ooh.
We'll have to start populating this list again. It's starting to. Right, let's do it. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Death Note.
Death Note.
The series, not the shitty movie. I think the movie's going to have to be a watch party, so you can just see how shit that is.
Yeah, right.
That's what I think we'll do. We'll make it if there's a live action.
Right. As has happened quite often over the past couple of years with several series, Death Note, the television series, is absolutely brilliant. And then Crunchyroll got their hands on it. Thanks, Crunchy.
Oh dear. I have watched this years ago.
I haven't watched the anime. I have read the manga.
All right, no, I've watched the anime. I watched the movie. I foolishly watched the movie. Here's where Netflix shot themselves in the foot.
Oh yeah, it's
when they released the movie.
It wasn't Crunchyroll. It was Netflix, wasn't it? Sorry, Crunchyroll.
Netflix. Yep. Netflix did the live action movie, but what they stupidly did was they released the anime at the same time. So when you watch a movie, even watching the movie on its own merit, it gets to the point you're like, what the fuck is this? And then you're like, okay, this is based on the manga. Oh, right, hold on, they've got that on as well. Then you watch the anime and you realize that it's 100 times superior than the shitty live action movie.
That I've got to be honest, like that happens with most live action anime adaptations. Just for the simple reason that it's like you can't, like the things that work in anime don't necessarily work in like real life.
No, but the movie was horrendous. How
I'm
many
looking
seasons is this?
I'm looking forward to watch part two. I think there's only
One season, yeah, it's just one
I think
season.
there's only one season of Death Note.
37 episodes.
That's a long season.
Yeah, we might have to split this up and doing this for a while. We'll look at it. We'll definitely do the first 12, and we'll do the usual, and then maybe have like a part 1 or part 2.
37. God,
But it's a good series. That's
But it's like it shows how much there is in there. The fact there are so many episodes.
yeah, but it actually goes into the depth, about the Shimigami and everything else, and that the movie does none of that. And the character that they, God, I forget her name, but the live action version of the girl character has her own Shimigami is not even remotely the same in the movie that made her a dick and a weird antagonist for absolutely no reason. But anyway, that's two things we need to organize in. We need to I look at the episodes, we'll get a couple of streams set up, see what we're going to do, and then we'll have to organize a watch party for the live action of Zone 100.
Oh yeah,
Because I think we need to see that. Because then after we finish Death Note, we'll have to do the live action of the Death Note movie.
Oh god.
And then when we do the final Bleach movie, we'll do the live action of the Bleach live action.
If we ever mind, if we start repopulating the list, there's going to be less chance of seeing Bleach and or Hellgale 2.
True. We've still quite a bit there, but we'll have to start thinking about repopulating because we're getting through this, right, Neil? Oh, you've muted yourself. You've hit the mute button. Oh,
I have no idea how. Probably putting my I bet you any money putting my mug down. I hit the mute button with the back of my hand because I am clever like that.
Fun times.
Oh yeah.
But right, there you go. We are back again this Wednesday for some chill.
Chill.
Weekend by the Sea, part 2.
It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure everyone will remember where we were.
Well, that's the joy of streaming, isn't it? You just go back and you watch the previous
You can
session.
go back and you can go back and watch the but still haven't found anyone to play the flipping Mystic yet.
We'll get that sorted. Still a couple of days. But there you go. Thanks as always, mate. Good to talk about these. Thanks for everybody for turning up. Just sees me say until next time, keep up to date with the channel, do the technical things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.